That is really one of those songs when you play it beforehand that I am like jamming to while I'm off screen because it's just one of those like feel good kind of songs. Like I just really get into it. Good evening, everybody. How are you? Boo's actually screaming to find another guest. Yes, it actually is. That's just what happens. Hello, good evening, everyone. Yes, this is my second week back. My mom is doing well, if you're wondering. Unfortunately, most of the rest of my family caught COVID. So that sucks. Yeah, so a lot of people are there. Hi, Yoda, Aaron Casados, Eric Guidin, Aguirre. I'm not sure how to say it. I'm so sorry. Please tell me how, because I like to pronounce people's names correctly. Hi, say Wong, Mr. Berger. I saw you. Hello, Rogue the Shiny Pidgey Keen. How are you? Yes, damn COVID. Family friendly show. No swearing. This was a family one. But yeah, my a lot of my family has had it, unfortunately. So hello, Van.
Well, hello there. Yeah.
Say Wong Van was also late yesterday to Free Comic Book Day. Ooh.
Yeah, you know what? That wasn't a show. Yeah.
That's true. That wasn't a show. If it's not a show, then it doesn't matter. So yeah, I was just telling everybody about General Kenobi.
Hello there. So we did get another guest filled in for the last minute. If our original guest, typically what happens, the reason we were late tonight, I want to apologize, everyone. Typically what happens is with our guest that comes in about 10 to 15 minutes before show, we do a sound check with them. And our guest did not show up for sound check. So we weren't sure if they were going to be here at all tonight. So I had to scramble just in case he doesn't make it in. We'll know in the next 5 to 10 minutes. But if not, we have another fantastic, incredible guest that is always lovely to talk to. And I will be excited to speak with him.
Which is why Metso likes to be prepared. And I have a generic Van interviews our guest video that's already up and ready to play in case this kind of situation ever happened.
Hey, you know what? We've done this is show 142, and I think in 142 shows we've had this happen like 3 or 4 times. So,
yeah, and most of the times it's happened, it's because of some kind of like emergency the guest had.
Right.
That's usually the reason that it happens. Yeah, Aaron, I know it's a bummer. And then Rogue the Pidgey King, Shiny Pidgey King said, "How is the lateness going?" It's yeah, say Wong, it's a bummer. But it is what it is. And what happens is when you're doing like live shows, just like on live TV, you go with the flow and have to just go with it. So we're just going with it.
That's right. I know this gentleman in particular, even though he is a movie star, he does have a normal 9 to 5 job. And occasionally he has to cover somebody's like night shift or what have you. So that could have been what happened. Alex, what's up, my daddy-o? Hey,
did you have a good week, Mr. Ark?
Thursday was an incredible week. The last couple of days have been a little slower.
Thursday was a whole week? Thursday was an incredible week.
Yeah, probably Thursday was an incredible week.
Probably felt like a week.
Those 3 hours were the best week of my life.
That's great.
Yeah, I
dealt with,
unless you're my child.
I came home from taking care of my mom, and the next day my son tested positive for COVID. Then grandma a couple days later, and then my husband yesterday. And it's just thank you, Mr. Berger. And then It's just my youngest and I have not gotten it this time around, at least, and so we're very thankful for that. And then Friday morning, my mom asked me to her car. I had her car because she wasn't driving, and it seems the battery had died on it, and she asked me to go ahead and try it again, and the ignition got stuck.
Oh my god!
The key got stuck in the ignition, and I guess apparently when the battery fails, it gets stuck. We tried turning the steering wheel, all this different stuff. It didn't work. And even the doors wouldn't even unlock with the remote because it was so dead.
Oh,
and
wow.
I found out when I had AAA come and jumpstart it and found out that the battery was corroded. And it was actually causing a rotten egg smell in the car. And when that happened the day before it broke down, I didn't realize it was from corrosion. I thought it was like, oh, did I eat in here and leave something?
Yeah, there's a dead animal in here.
Anyway, so all right, guys, yes, rip. All right, guys. So, what is it time for? Do you guys remember what we do after we say hello? It is time for the nutty news. First on your news docket is, guess what? Guardians of the Galaxy 3 came out, and unfortunately, I know you're going to see it tonight, Van.
Tonight.
We had tickets for last night, but since my husband tested positive for COVID, we're going later in the week when he's reached the 10-day mark. So we have to wait, unfortunately. But if you haven't seen it and you kind of and you're like, oh no, but I haven't seen all the Marvel stuff. You don't have to see every single Marvel movie to be able to catch up on it. What do you need to do? Check out the article down below, and it will tell you the 4 or 5 movies that you need to watch before you see Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Not the entire Marvel, 30 movies now or something like that.
Right.
Hello, Mixed Oreo. Yeah, I heard it was great. I heard it was a great tearjerker. That was a perfect ending to Guardians of the Galaxy series kind of a thing. So I'm really looking forward to seeing it. I have not seen any spoilers, thankfully. Being part of being a New Rockstars mod, sometimes you see a lot of spoilers,
right?
And so I'm very thankful I haven't. As of yet, I have several days to go still.
Yes.
Yes, best of everyone's. I can't wait to see part 3. Yoda says, and Jedi Council. Mike Berger says best of the 3, which makes
that's what I've heard. I've heard a lot of people saying that it's the best of the 3. I heard it's a great way to finish up the Guardians trilogy. It's a great sending out for James Gunn in general. So I'm excited to see it tonight. And if anybody is here in the Solano County area, Mr. Raphael and myself are going to the 9 p.m. showing in Vacaville. So if you want to come hang out with us, please do.
Yeah, so you guys have fun watching it tonight. I will see it Thursday.
And then
unfortunately, I have to wait a little while. Next other nerdy news is, guys, did you know what happened on May 4th, which was perfect day for it? Carrie Fisher got her star on Hollywood Walk of
Fame.
Her daughter, Billie Lourd, accepted it and helped place it down. And so I thought it was very fitting. So if you want to see the article down below, and it has footage from the actual event itself, just check out the article in the description. I wanted to bring it up. I always try to bring one nerdy news topic that is Star Wars related. And I'm just so happy she got it and that her daughter was able to be there. Mark Hamlin was also there.
Right.
Hamlin. Where did that come from? Mark Hamill was there as well. And so I'm just very happy. Aaron Casas said, I cried so heartwarming. I'm not sure if she deserves it. Yeah. And Rogue said finally she deserved it. Yes, she did. She is there. She's on there. You can go see the Hollywood Walk of Fame and go Fisher and take a picture on the ground. I'm the weirdo that would get on the ground with the star. It's yeah, take a picture. So that is your nerdy news for this evening.
I have definitely done that myself with other celebrity stars, not knowing how much gum and grossness is beneath my back as I lay there smiling like an idiot next to the star.
I don't know. I think I've seen the Walk of Fame once, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
When I went to Anime Expo, but that was a very long time ago, at least 14, 15 years ago. So it was a while. Wow. Eric said almost a top 5 Marvel movie for me. Not quite, but it's so good. Oh, that's nice. Harrison gave a congratulatory comment. Oh, okay, Harrison Ford. Yep. Alex says I'm waiting for it to come out on Disney Plus because I don't have the money to go to the movies. Yeah, it's expensive to go to the movies now. It is expensive.
Expensive to walk out of the front door now.
Yeah, just to use your car. Just go to the gas. Did anyone see Return of the Jedi in the theaters? This guy did. I did not get to. I was not going to be up that late.
Well, it's not like it doesn't
That's
come on
awesome,
TV
Mike.
every holiday for the last 20 years. Still, I'm gonna go pay money to see it in the theater. Damn it! I have to see it on the big screen.
Yes. So we have James Kaiser, one of our producers here on the show, who every week brings us a flow of the show, which anything visually mesmerizing, whether it be a saber artist, fire art, gloving, all of that jazz. And tonight, our flow is named White Boy Jedi, which just makes me giggle for some reason. I don't know why. So guys, go ahead and enjoy this flow of the show from James Kaiser. Nice. So I actually enjoy when I see any kind of flow artist and there's a mistake like dropping a saber or dropping something because it reminds you, hey, they're not perfect. None of us are perfect.
Right.
Mixed Oreo, you want a lightsaber? Well, you just keep watching, buddy, because we're 20 subs away from our next giveaway.
Are we only 20 away? I couldn't check my phone earlier today to see, but I knew we were cooking.
Last I checked, we are 1,180 subscribers.
Exactly 1,180. So yes, 20 more people. Guys, it is my goal. Let's do this right. I would love to give out a saber for Mother's Day. I think that would be a great way to do it. So we need 20 more subscribers. Please like this show if you enjoy it. It helps us get out more into the algorithm and get more people to see the show. Make sure to comment and subscribe, please. Let all your friends know about this. Please share.
Sure. All right, sir. Would you like to introduce our guest?
I would. Okay, so our guest that we were going to have tonight is a local, so I'm hoping we will have him on at a different time. I'll find out for him later. However, the guest that we do have on tonight is a fabulous guest who has been on this show before. He is the leader of an organization that is worldwide now, and it just refuses to stop growing. You may have heard of an organization called the Jedi Council of America, and you may have heard of a man named Mike Berger, but if you haven't, here he is. So give it up for Mr. Mike Berger. What's up? How you doing, Mike? How you doing tonight?
Doing good.
Excellent. Thank you for agreeing to come on last minute.
Oh, no problem.
You're always a good person to talk to. So what's been new with the Jedi Council?
Let's see. Taiwan is hopping. Utah is.
Did you say Taiwan?
Yes, we're in Taiwan, Japan.
Wow.
Veracruz, Mexico. Holland's doing well. Maryland's just got off a couple events, et cetera, et cetera. Everybody's hopping.
Yeah, this growth is extraordinary. Is it getting faster and faster, or is it progressively getting bigger?
It's all around. I mean, Utah is less than a year old and already have over 100 members.
Wow.
Florida's over that. Ohio, I think, is toe-to-toe with the 501st Rebel Legion numbers.
Right. And Mezzo has put the link down here in the comments for anybody that wants to check out more information about Jedi Council of America, Well, why don't you briefly, for people that may not be familiar with Jedi Council America, why don't you briefly give people an idea of what it is you guys do?
We do everything the 501st does. We also include stage lightsaber combat. Not as strict on the costumes, all characters. So anybody, any character, come on in.
Right, right. And what do you think has been an attributor to your growth? Are all the groups, do you know, like, do you correspond with other groups like the 501st or Rebel Legion? Like, are all the groups growing, or is it your group in particular that's growing so fast?
I've been seeing a trickle through all of the group with all the new series out, like Mandalorian. Mandalorians are popping right now,
Right.
all over. Kenobi series, and now we got the new Vision series that just came out as well. A couple more movies are on the list to come out yet.
Right. And does that do anything for you? Do you guys find like when a new movie comes out that people come looking for your organization, they want to be more involved, or
Between the cons and us honoring the celebrities as well, some of them have even been plugging us on their own Facebook page.
oh wow.
Yeah, it's still cool to see even after almost 8 years.
Right. I've seen some of your members give like certificates or something to I know the armorer, I can't remember her name offhand.
Emily Swallow.
Emily Swallows, yeah, I remember that, seeing a post or something where you guys made her an honorary member of the Jedi Council, I believe.
Yep. Warwick Davis, Carl Weathers, Christopher Lloyd. We have already got
Wow.
a lot of names. Still plenty to go.
Do you guys like do you guys kind of like monitor the different cons that are going on, and if you know that you have a group where you know a certain celebrity, let's say Christian Haydenson is coming through to a certain con, do you contact the JCA that's closest to that and get them to give him a certificate?
Hayden Christensen will be at a con in Pennsylvania next month. We will be getting him. We've already gotten James Arnold Taylor and Matthew Wood, Daniel Logan.
Wow. Daniel Logan's a cool guy. He's in this area quite often.
Oh yeah, he had one of our cards on his table at Celebration.
Oh wow. Wow, he's a really good guy. So let me ask you, what do you feel like sets Jedi Council of America apart from, say, the 501st or the Rebel Legion? Or why would somebody come join your organization instead of those organizations? Or are there people that are, you know, a part of both organizations?
We have people from both, but we're more flexible on the costume, so you don't have the high standards as they do. They don't do the stage saber combat. We let original characters fly, so if you want to get a little creative, we welcome that.
Right. And how does Say Wong says Jedi Council is Force users mostly. How does Lucasfilm feel about that?
It's been a kicker for us. I can't really say too much about negatives. I mean, we've had a couple problem people, but we closely monitor the chapters so they don't damage our reputation and drag anybody down. We're here to have fun.
Right. But I know, like, for instance, when I hear about like the 501st or the Rebel Legion, sometimes a lot of people say that, you know, the difficulty they have is that they're so exacting on their costumes. They're so specific. Is that something that is a mandate of that group or a mandate of George Lucas, right? Like, because it seems like with your group, you're still accepted by Lucasfilm, but you're not required to be as camera accurate as, say, the 501st or Rebel Legion might be.
Those costume standards are set by the 501st and Rebel Legion.
Okay. So it has nothing to do
some
with
hiccups in those groups too, because it's each chapter is individually managed by its own. There's no checks and balances,
right.
And sometimes there's bad things that happen, and it drives some people away.
Well, with any large organization you're gonna have a couple of bad apples sometimes.
Yeah.
How big is your organization? When we look at it worldwide, how big are you guys now?
So far, we're sitting at 37 states, 11 countries.
Wow. That's absolutely amazing. And any general idea of what kind of a head count?
We're in the thousands easily.
Wow. What, to remind people, what year did Jedi Council start?
It was August of 2015.
2015. So that's 8 years. In 8 years, you're over 1,000 members already. That is incredible. What do you attribute to your success of quick growth?
Just focusing on entertaining fans and having fun.
Mm-hmm.
Since we're not too worried about the costume itself, it opens up more. We put on the show, so it's more of a package deal than just posing for a picture.
Right. Right. It seems to me, and I'm sure it's not necessarily set up to be this way, but it seems to me that being a part of the 501st or the Rebel Legion, it's a little more exclusionary, right? Like with those groups, if I have to be screen accurate, that means that a lot of times I'm going to end up spending thousands of dollars to get, each little piece done correctly. And then I've got to go get it approved, and it may not be approved. So I may have to do it again, spend more money trying to get it right. But it seems like your group is a little more friendly to people who may not have a huge budget for cosplay.
Yeah, because in all honesty, the fans don't look at movie accuracy. I've never heard a fan ask me that.
Right.
So if the fans don't care, why should we really?
That's a good point. That's a good point. Do you guys go out and do like charity events as well? Will you go to like I don't know, like hospitals or like Make a Wish or things like that?
We were doing the hospital visits. They're starting to lift the restrictions now, so we'll be getting back into that. We've done help the Girl Scouts. Next weekend, my own Michigan chapter is going to the Boy Scouts, their Scoutorama.
Mm-hmm.
Then, of course, just like the other groups, we do the sporting events like Detroit Tigers, Red Wings, Oakland A's, etc.
Right, right. Have you guys ever gotten to do any Lucas events, any official Lucasfilm events?
Yes, we've actually been on the red carpet for Andor.
Oh, beautiful.
And the sporting events are Lucas events. They contact the groups and say how many total they'd like to have at the event.
Oh, wow.
Um, if a orchestra does a Star Wars event, they want a couple characters, nothing big.
Mm-hmm.
Minor league games, major league. So your baseball, hockey, I think some of the basketball, soccer.
Right. Do you now, with so many organizations spread out so far, are you actively monitoring what each organization is doing? Like what kind of activities they're going on, whether they're doing charity activities or if they're just going to a local convention? Or do you kind of let each individual chapter run themselves?
I keep a supervising eye on them. We also have an HR that's very active. So if
Mhm.
there is an internal problem, we can fix it before it turns into something much worse.
Right. Right. Who's been your who's been the Star Wars actor you've been most excited to bring into your ranks?
Um, we actually have a couple of the actors on our members pages as well.
Oh wow. So they are members of the JCA as well?
Yes, North Carolina, we have Demetrius. He was the suit actor for Vader and Kenobi. He was
Oh.
also one of the core in The Mandalorian. Leilani, one of the Jawas, she's in our Northern California chapter.
Oh yeah, yeah,
So yeah, even on Facebook, I'm casually talking to Mike Quinn or who knows.
yeah. Has it been a shocker for you, or is this pretty much what you expected? I mean, when you started this organization, did you have any idea that at some point you would be talking to Star Wars actors and giving them honorary certificates and things like that?
No, it was just me and six friends for fun at one point. And we just kept growing and expanding and went from one end of Michigan to the other. And next thing I know, we were Ohio, Indiana, Illinois, and we just kept going.
Wow. Now, is this organization is it a nonprofit organization, or do you somehow bring in, like, do you have things like secretaries that work for the Jedi Council that have regular jobs, or is everybody pretty much volunteering and doing it for the love of it?
We're all volunteering. One of the main roles Lucas has is nonprofit.
Uh,
So we don't make money, but it was never part of my goal in the first place. So it wasn't a change at all for us.
right, right. And as far as your goals, have your goals remained the same since you started, or have they changed as you've grown?
They've changed as we've grown. The stage lightsaber fight started out as an accident at a con on a college campus.
Mhm.
New guy didn't look, went to point. We clashed sabers. We paused, like, okay, what do we do? Okay, keep clashing back and forth, make it look like it was on purpose. And on a college campus, that just blew the roof off the place. So we found our gimmick that way.
Right,
Um, but as we grew, it's like, well, we should honor celebrities too, like the 501st does. So that evolved into the next thing that we did.
right. Matt says he's going to put together a temple guard outfit.
We'll take temple guards. We'll take Mandalorians. We'll take Sith. We have everything.
what What is the most creative out there character that somebody's brought into your ranks?
um, we have a couple of the furry characters. Um, one young lady used to be in the Michigan chapter with her father and her siblings.
Uh
Uh, she was 12 years old, made the whole outfit herself,
right.
and even in the dead of summer, she would not break character at all.
So she was wearing a furry costume with like a Jedi costume over it or something, or
Yeah,
oh wow.
so yeah, you can imagine 90 some degrees out, and she disappeared before she'd take her helmet off.
Right. That is amazing. I give it up to those cosplayers that do it in that heavy heat.
It is. I mean, you think even a Jedi has 3 layers of cotton on,
Right.
and during the summer, um, anybody who wears it, any type of armor with a helmet, to airflow, it's hot, you do
Right.
sweat.
And do you? I know you do. Every time I've seen you in kind of like a Jedi outfit. Do you do other characters as well?
Yes, we have Mandalorians.
No,
We
I mean
have
you personally.
me personally.
Yeah.
I'm working on a new one. Um, I'll premiere that later this year. So
Ooh.
until then, I'm not saying a word.
It's Kelderon. And how does do you okay, so different people have different opinions of their of the movies, especially since Disney has taken it over. Does any of that affect you or bother you, especially as an organization, or do you just embrace it all?
For me personally, it's embrace it all. It's an opportunity for the newer generation. Whether I like it or not is irrelevant. I try to keep my opinion out of it. Um, do I have an opinion? Yes, but I don't put it public.
Now, how did when COVID was going on for that year or 2 years, when you weren't able to get together, when your groups weren't able to go out and do, parades and things like that, how did you hold the group together?
Um, we let little bit of humor fly. On top of that, while COVID was going on, people were finding us. So even though we weren't physically anywhere, we were growing pretty well.
Right, right. And what do you hope to see now that we're back in full force? Do you guys have goals for short term and long term goals for what you want JCA to accomplish?
I'd like to see us have a table at Star Wars Celebration.
Oh, wow.
Um,
What is it going to take to make something like that happen?
just get lucky picked when you sign up for the fan table.
So is it like a lottery or something?
Yeah, pretty much everything at Celebration is lottery.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
yeah.
Oh, that's incredible. Well, hopefully you guys, I mean, with all those different chapters, hopefully at least one of the chapters has a chance to get in there.
Well, that's like our red carpet. We had so many tickets, and then I did the lottery, and we ended up with Northern California, Southern California, and Colorado representing us. And they got to be elbows with Diego Luna. Aaron Kellyman was there. A whole bunch of others.
Wow. Have you gotten to do any of those kind of events yourself?
I was at Celebration, California.
Mm.
Um, we also had other members that were there as well. New York, Northern California, Southern California, Nevada. I believe Colorado had members there. It's just, it was
And,
fun running and everything.
right. And if somebody was interested in being a part of JCA, what do they have to do?
Um, they had to have a costume that they could actually sit in um, because they got to watch the first two episodes before anybody else did as well.
Right.
But other than that, go out, represent the group, and just have fun doing it.
Wow. What is your personal goal? What do you want to see happen with JCA?
Well, we got a few more states to get.
How many states did you say you're in now?
37.
37. All right. So you got 13 more to go.
Yep.
Do you have one in Alaska and Hawaii?
Alaska, yes. We're not in Hawaii yet.
Oh.
A few of the East Coast, North Dakota, South Dakota, Idaho. I can almost name all of them.
It's like a history test in school, trying to remember all your states and their capitals.
It's easy to remember the ones we're not
in. Right. I mean, I guess at this point, what has been your newest location?
Our newest location. That would have been Japan and Taiwan.
Wow.
Taiwan has a monthly Saber meet, so we have over 60 members almost within the first 2 weeks, and it just boomed instantly.
Now, how does something like that happen? Especially since I assume it's not like you're going over to Taiwan and Japan. The only thing I can think of is maybe people at Celebration meeting together and maybe meeting some people in the JSA or JCA, and then saying that they want to go back to Japan and Taiwan to start their own chapters.
There's other groups on Facebook as well. So every once in a while, I'll plug the group, and I get the, "Are you in Japan?" "No, we'd love to be." "Okay, cool. We got people. All right, let's get it going."
Right.
Holland, they contacted me through our fan page and started it up that way. I think Nevada was the same way. Hard to remember each and every chapter.
Right.
Where I talked to somebody and it started building numbers. Like, okay, let's get the group going up.
Right. And what does it take to start a group? Is it just merely finding people that want to do it, or is there like logistical kind of like applications people have to fill out?
We start out with getting at least 5 into the group to start. Someone willing to lead.
Mm-hmm.
From there, it's here's our roles. Here's HR. Here's our webmaster. If you need something, have your chapter lead contact me directly. If there's an internal problem that the lead can't handle, we have HR right there. She makes herself very available for the crew.
Right. Right. And what do you think, in your experience, what has been your biggest challenge with growing your group?
Adapting to the fact that we're not the little guys anymore. I keep thinking that way. And it's like, wait, did that just happen?
Right.
Um, Part of the chapter got to honor Ashley Eckstein,
Mm-hmm.
and she heard of the name before we walked up.
Really?
Yeah, and she said, "What? It was good, right?" And then they mentioned that I'll be at Celebration California, and she's like, "Oh, okay, tell him to come over and say hi. I look forward to meeting him." I'm going, "Wait, when did I become somebody?"
Right. Is that a weird feeling for you, or are you used to it by now?
It still takes me a minute to go, "Oh yeah, that's right. I started something big."
Right.
Um, while I was at Celebration, I got recognized by somebody outside. It's like, "Hey, you're Mike Berger." I go, "Yeah, you started the Jedi Council America." "Yeah, okay, cool. Really nice to meet you." I'm going, "Cool, okay."
Right. Do you know some of the other like leaders of other groups, like uh um oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank now on some of that. I know the Mando Mercs. We've interviewed the leader. Gosh, what is his name offhand? I'm totally drawing a blank right now. We've interviewed him before, though. Do you know some of the leaders of these other organizations? Do you guys ever talk to them and like trade ideas about challenges you may be having in yours that they may have in theirs? Or
Not all of them are interactive. Like I said, they're more individually. Here's the standards go. Um, so I have more of a hands-on approach, so we don't have hiccups. Um, the 501st reputation's been tarnished because of random bad apples,
right.
so it makes the whole group looks bad when it might not be Southern California, but Nevada has issues. So it might not be Florida, but there's 2 over here in New York. It's hit and miss with them, but it's them lumped as a whole that impacted their name.
Right.
So a lot of people don't want to deal with them, and then there's some people that's willing to go through the efforts and build costume to their standards. And I've seen great people in the 501st Rebel Legion. I'm friends with some of them.
Mhm.
And there's some that I can't really say anything nice.
Right. Right. Are there other groups, and not necessarily like the 501st or Rebel Legion, but maybe other types of organizations in general that you like to model your group after, or do you like it being completely original?
I took bits and pieces from 501st and Revelation. I mean, they've been standing strong for much longer,
Right.
but I also saw where they were getting snags and hiccups, and thought, okay, well, we don't want to repeat that. Let's see how we can improve on
Right. Right. Rogue the Shiny Pigeon King says, "Keep up the great work." Has there been
that.
any challenges like culturally? So as you go into different countries, and you realize that Star Wars is kind of a universal language. So many people love Star Wars, but do they? Has there been any cultural hiccups that have made things kind of difficult to adjust from one country to the next?
Different countries have different procedures. For example, in Japan, when you go to a con, you change there. They have dressing rooms. They don't allow you to hand anything to celebrities, so we can't honor them there.
Um,
So it's learning from the ones that are there. Okay, what can we do? What can't we do?
right,
Um, it's just adapt and okay, since we can't do that, we can still do this. You know, we can still be kid friendly and entertain the fans. We can still do lightsaber fights. So this chapter might not be able to do the honoring, but they can still go out and do everything else.
right, right. And have there been many of those for you? Have there been many of those challenges that have been really tough to figure out how to work around, or has it been pretty smooth?
Since we are relaxed, like the honoring issues here and there, um, each con's different. Uh, if you never walked into Celebration, you're thinking it's just a con. It's no, you're walking into the universe. I mean, there's your life-size TIE fighter standing right. Um,
Wow.
there's the probe droid. There's an army of R2 units rolling
Mhm.
around. It's not a con. It's celebration. It's completely
Right.
different.
I've never been to a celebration myself. I can only imagine what it's like to walk into a space and know that everybody there, is interested in the same thing you're interested in. You don't have to feel like a geek or a nerd because everybody there is a geek or a nerd.
Absolutely. Everybody's very friendly because we're all Star Wars fans. Um, people make their own swag, as they call it, which is just little goodies like stickers or patches or pins. I 3D printed Star Wars keychains and I handed them out while I was there.
Mm.
Um, exclusives that are only celebration, like pins and Funko and Lego and Loungefly. Everybody's got something there.
Right, right. Do you have a memory that stands out from you from a celebration?
I think the entertaining one was Terry Jones. We honored him 2 weeks before at Motor City Comic Con.
Mm.
So as I'm walking by, he yells out, "Hey, Mike, how you doing? Come on over!" And all his fans just stopped, turned around, looked at me like, "Who the heck's this guy?" It was like, "Oh, hey, Carrie, how you doing?"
Right, right, right,
But
right.
it's I've seen him. I chatted with him. It's okay. Remember, it's my name. I'm gonna treat him like a human being because he's
Just a human being.
just another guy. He's just really convincing behind a mask.
Right, right. Are and what do you do the choreography, you do the cosplay. Are there any other ways that you kind of want to expand your repertoire of what JSA does, or are you guys comfortable with those?
I don't think there's much else we can do. I mean, we do the saber battles. We honor the celebs. We do creative costumes.
I guess you guys kind of are all over the place, huh?
We're pretty much the whole show. I mean, you can put anybody in a costume and let them stand there for photos.
Right.
But bring the fans in and put on a show, and they're just completely in awe over every bit of it.
And what do you see? We got just a couple minutes left here. What do you see in the next, say, 10 years? If you could have things exactly as you wanted it, what would you see for the growth and changes in JSA?
Just keep going the way we are. Don't forget where we started and what our intention was to begin with.
Right. Well, you guys are definitely doing a good job. I keep seeing your guys' name everywhere. I don't know how many little video clips I've seen of celebrities being honored with certificates and random people that I don't know from your organization. So, I know you guys are doing big things.
Oh yeah, Warwick Davis has been honored, and Anthony Daniels, and a whole bunch of other names.
Is absolutely incredible. Mike, I want to thank you especially for pitching in last minute for us. Often, like I said, this is only like the fourth time this has happened where we've had a dropout. So I appreciate that you were able to step in really quickly. I knew you were in the chat, so I was like, ooh, maybe Mike would be a good person to talk to. I think it's been a good year since we talked last.
It's been a little bit, yeah.
Right. Well, hopefully, it won't be another year before I talk to you again, and I can learn more about the expansion and growth of JSA.
Right. Each chapter is always getting new members. It seems like every day someone's popping up in one of them somewhere.
Right. Well, I am excited to see all your continued growth. Mike, I want to thank you for being on with us tonight. It is a pleasure always to speak with you.
Not a problem, Van. It's always fun being here.
All right. Take it easy, my friend.
All right.
That little video that I made just in case always makes me giggle.
I know, I love it, and it worked out.
It worked out. We needed it. All right, guys. Thank you, Mr. Berger. I really enjoyed listening to that. He's great to talk to. Last time we had him on, it was episode 114 of Saber Rattle, and we've had 3 or 4 shows that we did 3 or 4 weeks that we didn't have a show in there. So it's been about 40 weeks. So you were 9 months. Like it's 9 months since we've had him on the show. So
oh my gosh, we talked to him a whole baby ago.
A whole baby ago. Oh my goodness, that's good. All right, well, thank you, Mr. Berger, for coming in last minute. I will get the thumbnail of our video changed over, but I've already changed the information in the description to Mr. The Jedi Council of the Jedi Council of America's information.
Hopefully, we will get Tim Donaldson on a future episode. I'll talk to him. I'm sure he probably had to go to work or something like that.
Yeah, and just didn't get a chance to let us know that he wasn't going to be able to attend. But I have his intro and outro ready for when he's on.
See, that's
all right, guys. Yes. Time. So next we have Kevin Hogan, who is actually in the chat right now. He is our Comic-Con enthusiast. He is at conventions, not Comic-Con enthusiast, but adventures. But he goes to conventions weekly, daily, if you could. Here in the Northern California, and I really enjoy hearing all the information about every single one. He also gives you a little info about upcoming ones. So without further ado, here's Mr. Kevin Hogan with his report.
Woo! Hello, this is Kevin Hogan from Northern California with another episode of California Comic-Con Adventures. On the weekend of Saturday, April 29th, 2023 was Fangaea 2023. That's the Comic-Con at the Scottish Rite Masonic Center in San Diego, California there. This is an annual Comic-Con they have there in Southern California there with cosplay, steampunk, video games, lots of different vendors showing off their cool stuff there. So if you're ever in the Southern California area, definitely recommend checking it out there. It's a fun event to go to. Also on the weekend of Saturday, April 29th, 2023 was LoboCon over at the Sonoma State University in Rohnert Park up in Northern California there. LoboCon, for those of you that haven't heard of it, that's the first ever anime and gaming convention to be held at the Sonoma State University. They have a gaming hall full of video game consoles for people to play there that day there. They had some tabletop board games set up to play there, which is a great idea to help pass the day there for people to hang out and get to make new friends there and have a great time there. Of course, they had the vendor hall at the Comic-Con set up there for local artists to set up their fun art there and arts and crafts there to show off there. They also had a cosplay contest there. People could sign up ahead of time to show off their fun anime and video game and furry fursuit characters for people to walk on stage and show off there. And they had some other panels going on throughout the day there, so that was fun to get to see that going on there at the college campus there. So we're definitely looking forward to seeing their anime club that hosted that event there, hopefully put on more LoboCon events in the future there. It's a great idea for anyone out there that don't have a lot of local Comic-Cons come to their town. If they have a college club there, like the anime club in this case there, can get together there and host events there on their campus there. So that's a great way to bring events to a town near you. And on the weekend of Sunday, April the 30th, 2023, our friends over at Ohana Comic-Con visited the city of Porterville, California. Ohana Comic-Con, as you may have heard, visits a different city every weekend, hosting a Comic-Con in a different town there. And it was fun there. You get to see them visit areas that's the very economical pricing, because they usually have free parking in these areas there, like Veterans Halls, Moose and Elks Lodges there. You get to see local artists at their vendor halls there, showing off arts and crafts for sale there and other fun souvenirs there. And if you hang out in the afternoons, they usually have cosplay contests around 2:30 in the afternoon there, so you get to meet and hang out with some local friends there and show off the cool cosplays. And for everyone interested in upcoming Comic-Cons to look forward to, definitely want to check out Ohana Comic-Con visiting Central California on May the 13th, 2023 in Manteca. Again, that's Ohana Comic-Con on May the 13th in Manteca. And also, for those of you in Southern California, there is going to be PearlCon number 5, Into the Unknown. That's at the Daniel Pearl Magnet High School on May the 13th. Again, that's PearlCon 5, Into the Unknown on May the 13th at Daniel Pearl Magnet High School on May 13th there. And also our friends over at Powerhouse Comic-Con on May the 20th, 2023 are coming back to the Alameda County Fairgrounds in Pleasanton. So again, that's a Powerhouse Comic-Con that's going to be in Pleasanton's Alameda County Fairgrounds on May the 20th. Well, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy the picks, and we'll see you out there at the next Comic-Con.
So I think if I heard correctly, Steven is working on an application to get us into Powerhouse, so we may be there, but I may need another hand to help me out with that one. And then also, I think the last weekend of the month we will be in Benicia for some type of Star Wars event.
That's it was just everywhere.
We was everywhere. I'm so tired.
It was everywhere. I bet.
I'm so tired.
I bet this last Thursday's tiredness was definitely worth it.
That was absolutely fantastic. Oh, you know what I'm really excited about? Okay, so I have a few cosplays that I've been working on for a long time. Okay. And when I say working on, I would get like little pieces, but like one's a pilot outfit and one's a Mando. So there's so much to get.
Like Rebel pilot?
Yeah, like a Rebel pilot. Okay. So there's so many pieces to get, and it's like going to be so expensive. So I had to kind of back off both of those. But then I've been thinking about a character that I've been wanting to do that I like. So I've been researching the parts and stuff. And I finally got my paycheck in. So I'm going to order all the pieces because it doesn't take a lot of different stuff. But I'm going to get a chef shirt, and I'm going to get a chef napkin and a chef hat. And then I'm going to get a little raccoon to put on top of my hat. I'm going to be Chad from Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Oh. My first thought when I heard raccoon was like, wait, but Remy was a rat. That's what my first thought was. I heard yes. Say Wong says Fanime is the last weekend of the month, so he'll be there for that. Jedi Council of America, Mike Rigger says HumaCon in Detroit is huge. I have not heard of it.
So much going on.
Matt can't wait for stuff to be out there. Be in to be out. All right. Well, thank you, Mr. Kevin Hogan, our producer of Kevin's Comic-Con Adventures. Thank you very much for that report. Very much enjoyed it. Guys, don't forget we have so many other shows during the week, every day of the week. Tomorrow is Retro Alcove with Graveyard. I'm not sure what's releasing yet. He and I are we're also recording tomorrow, so we might be actually just shooting that out same day. We also have Tuesdays Hearts of Kyber, which is on right now on Tuesdays 5 p.m. Pacific. We also have Wednesday morning gaming with Metho and Aubrey at 10 a.m. Pacific. Thursday nights we have 8:15 p.m. gaming with Force. And oftentimes Graveyard last week. I think it was Graveyard and Phil. I'm not certain. Friday night, guys, we have our 8 p.m. After Dark, the one where everyone can swear if they want to. We recommend 18 plus because of that and adult topics that we cover. And Saturday morning is our newest show as of late. Saturday morning Nerd Out, where you can show up with your pajamas and your cereal, just like our hosts, and go over headlines and reviews.
I'm excited because I started. I'm starting to research. Oh, I still get those video clips in for Hearts of Kyber, but I started researching merch for Saturday morning Nerd Out. Like, I really want to get big cereal bowls that say Saturday morning Nerd Out.
That's a fun idea. Wouldn't you guys like your own Saturday morning Nerd Out bowls to eat with it?
Exactly. That would be fun. They can all eat together, and the color changing spoons.
Yeah, perfect. I remember having those as kids and just loving when you would like dip your spoon in and then it would change. And it's like, oh,
right. So Mom says hopefully Graveyard plays Super Star Wars again. I did catch Graveyard when he did the special for Star Wars where he played the 3 games. That was cool.
You know, it was funny because he asked me to make the thumbnail for it, and I was like, the longest title I've seen of a game. It was like Super Star Wars, Super this, Super Dippa. And I was like, that is very long. I had not heard of that game before, so it just made me kind of chuckle a little bit.
Yeah, they were games I weren't familiar with, so it was cool to watch.
And if you guys don't know yet, yes, we have been partnered with YouTube now. And so you can support us 2 different ways. 3 different ways, actually. You can just watch us. The ads that show up
and
that
share
roll helps. Hit the like and share. You can also show up to our Patreon where you can support us for as little as $1 a month. And we also have super chats now available. So if you look in your comment box and you see a little $sign next to it, you can actually donate, like give us tips to the channel, and it helps support us in more ways as well.
Did you say
all right,
Patreon?
Guys? I did.
Don't forget to
support us for as little as $1 a month is what I said.
I'm sorry. I was thinking about the don't forget as well, we also have a Discord if you would like to talk to the producers of some of these channels.
I'm very active on Discord as well.
Yes, I am not so much because I need to be taught how to be active on Discord.
If you want to tune into the Discord, in the description is our link tree, which has the links to everything and all the good stuff, and our new TikTok as well.
We're all over the place.
Mm-hmm. We are.
So next week, we have the owner of Exegol Outpost will be our guest here. Exegol Outpost. You mean
week after? Because I have him down for the 21st.
21st. Oh yeah, you're right. Wait, Mother's Day. Oh, Akrevs. Akrevs is the next week we have a different Star Wars actor. Mr. Gonzalez will he was in the Jabba Palace scene. He was the taiko drummer in Jabba's palace, and he actually has an action figure too. I want to be an action figure someday. But he will be our guest next week, and then the week after that will be Exegol Outpost.
Okay, gotcha. All right, awesome. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. And for our last segment, please enjoy Talk of the Town, and we'll see you later. Bye.
What? Oh yeah. Bye.